Harry Maguire, Lee, who was everything, I should think, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted and more at the weekend. What did you admire so much about his performance?
Well, he's just his presence, his ability to slip into a massive hole in the United defence that we've all been talking about for years. They need a centre half, they need a stability in the middle of defence, and slipped in there as if he'd been there for the last 10 years. Made the game look easy. Positionally, he's very good. Big fan of his. I think his rise to stardom has been astronomical from where he was to where he is now in a short space of time. That's not easy. Not only the playing side of it, but taking everything else, playing for England in World Cups, playing for Man United, the price tag, all of that sort of stuff. To do that, and it doesn't even look like it's bothered him at all, is a brilliant skill to have.
What difference, potentially, does that one signing make to their season?
Well, it's huge, because I always think that it's the same with Van Dijk when he went to Liverpool. I always think when you sign a defensive colossus, if you like, and I'm not piling it all on, because he will make mistakes and he's still learning the game. He's still relatively young. That when you sign someone at the back, it's like signing a goalkeeper, but more so as a centre-back in the middle of the pitch, part of your spine. Once you sign someone like that and you know that they're going to be the real deal and fill that gap, all of a sudden the midfield players who are playing like this in the past, so kind of looking over the shoulder going, do I need to do a bit? All of a sudden they're going, sorted. We can do this now. Yeah. So it changes the whole mentality of your midfield. Sure. The defenders who are in wide positions, the fullbacks, and he's got a young one outside on the right. Yeah. And obviously Shaw's played a lot of football on the left. Lindelof will learn a huge amount off him, because positionally Lindelof can go a little bit wandering. Yeah. So I think all of a sudden the back foot, you've got a great goalkeeper. All of a sudden United are looking, the back four might be okay. True. And then everyone else is thinking, we saw how they performed at the weekend. Once they got into their stride, they're against Chelsea, they look like the United of old breaking. Yeah. Chelsea were a bit open, but they were the confidence of we're going to win the ball back and then we're going to break. Just
very quickly, this little graphic here went again after the weekend against Chelsea, ranking first in pretty much all of these categories. And I think that actually when we look at the clips, they support that. They do back it up. I felt he's got a kind of an efficiency about his game, Lee. It's like uncomplicated.
Yeah. He's talking, he's telling people...
He's quite authoritative and in his own way.
He's telling people where to go, what to do, and he knows he's going to get the back. He's already had a look at what's going on, and he's already had a look into this position, because as he gets the ball, there's no pressure on him. And if you look at where Pogba is, all he wants to do is get the ball to him, and then he's done his job. But he doesn't want to do it too early, so it'd be quite easy for him to pass that now, and then there's a closing down.
Maybe risk it a bit.
Yeah, and he goes, so do you know what? I'm just going to be really patient. I'm just going to wait for that opportunity to come. He's had a look. He's gone, can I get it? No, I'll just wait. Look, there it goes, bang. Now all of a sudden, four Chelsea players out. They turn. In the end, it's not a great ball, but they're straight at you.
Yeah, indeed. Again, picking up a decent position here. I like this one. We know that in the air he's taking nice care. Again, feeding his midfield player there with something nice, gets United very much on the attack. That's like anticipating and smelling danger. Yeah. With respects to Chris Smalling or Phil Jones, they would be scrambling back to their own goal now, whereas they haven't quite seen that or just sensed that, which I felt, he dealt with a lot of those things very well. In the air, he should be commandingly.
Yeah, he should be, and he is. He's not called Slabhead for no reason. He's in that position where he wins most defensively, and more importantly probably for United in this respect, in an attacking form, they can take chances because they know half the time, most times out of 10, he will get the ball across.
Is Slabhead one that the United lads have given him? Or
that's what they call him.
Do they really?
The England lads call him Slabhead.
Well, I tell you what, the Slabhead was working very well at the weekend, let me tell you.
The look of United breaking in all came from a block on the edge of their own box. They spring off the fact that it's tight down there now.
Yeah,
it might loosen off as it's his first game and he's had a good debut, but he knows that he knows his job, and that's the most important thing as a centre back.
How good's the United back four now? So they spent 50 million on Wan-Bissaka, 80 million on Harry Maguire, with Victor Lindelof and Luke Shaw, with the goalkeeper David De Gea. So from being constantly criticised and people looking at it thinking it's lightweight, it's not good enough. Is that good enough to compete with the very best?
It'd be quite easy for me to jump in and say, yeah, absolutely. Wan-Bissaka, great talent, great going forward, loves a slide tackle, recovery runs. I'll wait for a little while until I work out whether he's going to be the real, he's at Man United, great debut. You can sometimes, the enthusiasm carry you through. He looks like he's going to be the real deal.
Yeah.
But he's a young lad. You've just got to take your time. So go steaming in and go, they're the best back four. They're going to be this. Luke Shaw's had his problems over the years. Lindelof, we were getting ready to throw him out of the club not 5 minutes ago. So
True.
Back fours, as I will prove, take 10 years or so to stay together, doing the same things Monday to Friday, churning a result out on the Saturday, doing it again the following. Once they start doing that on a regular basis, like Liverpool are doing now, defensively pretty strong, then that's when I'll start making some
bold predictions. Monday nightly, they're at Wolves, a team that they had problems with last season. They didn't find it easy against Wolves, and Wolves are a useful outfit, a very well-respected Premier League team. How different a game are they going to experience there than what they maybe had at the weekend?
Well, we know the thing is with Wolves is how they're going to play. Their system very rarely changes, so you know what you're going to be up against. They'll be doing a lot of work against the three and the pushed-on full-backs and the way they break on you. They're a good footballing side, so they'll have their game plan. It will be a different game. Just flicking back to what we're talking about, the back four, also, before you sort of assess that, you've got to find out someone who's going to, and McTominay, somebody who's going to play in front of the two centre-halves. So I don't care how good your back four is. If you haven't got a Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, whoever it is...
N'Golo Kante.
If you haven't got that one, and you'll know, you've played in sides when you've been that guy.
Yeah.
If you haven't got that guy, centre-halves can get exposed like that in this league. So that's a big thing for United, who they get to do that job. And I like McTominay. I think he's going to be a proper player.
Right, come on, let's move on to Arsenal. I know you've been itching to talk about them since we've started today. I thought they looked good at the weekend up at Newcastle. Lee, I thought they did look very good. Was you very impressed with the performance? Did you like the shape of the team? What was your thoughts?
Yeah, I was, and they played I think he played sort of over here, which
Nelson and Mkhitaryan,
they kind of played a little bit like that. He played very well, looked very assured, hadn't been in the side that long. The back four is a work in progress, like we know. Bellerin's got to come back, etc. But when you've got this guy up front, you're always going to be a threat. Now, for Arsenal over the last season, when we saw what Emery, start the season, lost the first two games and went on that amazing run, lots of cracks that people were saying, we're papering over. You still got to win the games and go on that run. But there was always a case of at some point they're going to slip up defensively. And, away from home, the amount of goals he conceded, not good enough, work in progress. That needs to get better. Get to clean sheet at the weekend, so that's a bonus. And they've signed Pepe, who's a high-quality, fast player up front, and they've signed to solve the problems at the back. Luis, we'll both have a conversation about Luis, whether I think he'll do all right for periods of time.
Good signing there. I did for £8 million in this market.
Yeah, no, you're right. But is he what you need to fix that problem? And this is not the problem.
No,
it's their mentality without the ball, and do they have the players to press when they need to try and win the ball back in the right areas? And that's training ground stuff.
Pepe spent a lot of money, and look, he's got to be given some time. Where do you see him operating and coming in for, Lee? Or do you think Unai Emery is one of those coaches that, irrespective of how much we paid for you, I'll just do what I want to do, and you're either involved or you're not?
I think he is. I think he'll get pressure from above, but I think he's a guy who will just go, right, I'm playing him today. Everyone was talking about maybe is he going to change the system to go 4-3-3 and play Lacazette, Aubameyang and Pepe in certain games. Well, good luck in your midfield if that's the case, because you need to protect that. Who's he going to play in there? And, Xhaka and Torreira is still there. So there's a bit of shifting to be done on the training ground, I think, if they're going to get Pepe in there with the rest of them. Lacazette's the one that steps out at the moment. Pepe might be the other one. As we saw at the weekend, both of them were on the bench. So it's a juggling act for because Aubameyang will always play because of his goals.
22 goals, Pepe, last season for
Yeah,
Lille.
yeah.
So look, he comes with a bit of a pedigree. Talking of pedigree, Aubameyang is up there with some of the most accomplished finishers we've seen in Premier League history. Look, he's in that sort of calibre now.
Yeah.
How much do you rate him? And one thing when I look at him, I think he wants to play up front down the middle. Lacazette can only play there, Lee, can't he?
Yeah.
Lacazette can't go wide. This guy can.
Yeah.
So can the two of them dovetail?
Well, he's done that
perfectly?
before. He has done that before. He's played Aubameyang on that left-hand side, a bit Thierry Henry-ish. He likes to run into that left channel a little bit. Not as good as Thierry, don't get me wrong, but he shows Thierry-like runs. I really think he's a lively player to mark. And is he going to, is he good? I think he'll be the one that plays the most because he scores the most goals.
Yeah.
Pepe's got a lot to do to get into the side.
Yeah.
But goals are what keeps you in games and keeps you in the team, Andy. You know that.
Yeah.